This is a short YouTube about booleans. So booleans are expressions in Python, and they occur in other languages as well, which evaluate to true or false. And so remember, there's a distinction between equality and assignment. So to illustrate that here, let's say I did something like 3 equals 3. Python's not going to like that. We have a literal on the left and a literal on the right, and you're trying to assign a literal to a literal. Doing x is equal to 3 is fine, because then you're assigning the literal on the right to a name on the left. Now, in contrast to this first statement, where we tried to do an invalid assignment being invalid, we could do equality, which is this, and that is evaluated differently in Python. The equals is testing to see whether what's on the left and what's on the right are the same, and in fact in this case they are. So if you did something like this, we're going to let integer 3 equal to string of 3. That's false. An integer is never equal to a string. So we could change that previous one to become true if I did something like this. If I evaled the string 3, that would become a 3, and that would then evaluate as true. So there are different ways you can structure and modify Boolean statements. So for example, up here we've assigned x is equal to 3. And so down here I can say x is bigger than 2. That's true because 3 is bigger than 2. On the other hand, if I did x is less than 2, that would be false. And so you can also build Boolean statements with greater than, less than. You can also do greater than or equal to. That would be like this. And so 3 is indeed larger than or equal to 2, and similarly you can do this. Okay, so later we're going to introduce and, or, and not, but for right now we need to understand these Boolean expressions because we're going to be using them with conditionals. And so I'll talk about that several YouTubes from now. This is an intro to the idea of Booleans and distinguishing it, as I have already in class, between assignment and equality.